Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. Welcome back for another edition of Bitcoin is going to $9 million or something along those lines. It's kind of impossible to escape all of this news at the moment. Every institution, every company, and that's the weird part because it's not just some of them. If you were here a number of years ago, we would kind of have like this person was bullish, this person was like medium bullish, this person was like kind of neutral on crypto, and then around here there were usually a couple of people who were relatively negative, and crypto's not going to go anywhere and Bitcoin's not going to go any higher. Of course, they were proven wrong time and time again, but it's just something about their love of being wrong that kind of kept them going. We've had news since around middle February that the cryptocurrency market, you know the time frame, in April, May, and June was going to see some gigantic uptick in prices. We even had something recently where the creator of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, was also in the news, if you missed it, saying that he thinks that we are now in the beginning of the next leg up. The next leg basically being April, May, June, prices go up. There would then be some kind of a tiny dip. Things go sideways, and then as we enter the end of the year, we enter this like euphoric phase over the course of 2 to 3 months where everyone is just making, as I told you before, if this is your first cycle, you'll wake up. It's not a joke. The coins you have will have made you $10,000 to $15,000. You won't know what to do with yourself. People push more money into the market. The market goes higher. The next day you make $18,000. It is a joyous occasion, and they are all stating that this currently begins right now. The idea being, at the time of me making this video, that it appears that a lot of the tariff uncertainty has kind of been washed away, except for like one country in particular. The other side being is that I don't know where this is coming from, but a lot of analysts think that the Fed is going to buckle, about to buckle, can't really hold on any longer, and that they are also going to lower interest rates. China is currently beginning QE, quantitative easing. Germany is going to print €1 trillion. That's not a fake number. Google it. It sounds fake, but no, it's literally €1 trillion. And the United States is basically well on its way to getting out of QT, quantitative tightening, and that will then bring us to brand new all-time highs. Fidelity digital asset researcher, his name is Zach Wainwright, has stated that Bitcoin is about to be in the euphoric phase, even though things are currently volatile, which he is calling an acceleration phase. At the end of this phase, Bitcoin might experience a dramatic rally that could take the asset to new heights. According to analysts right now, it looks like, and I say it this way, I'm only bringing you news of what's happening. The weird part about the news is that they're all optimistic. I said it before in another video, this is like the greatest magic trick that anyone has ever done. No matter how much news about adoption we get, and understand, I really wish I could make a 3-hour video where I just went over every single thing that we've heard about in the last year. Every company, every institution, every government, every state, every hedge fund, every rich person in Dubai has gotten into crypto. At the same time, if prices go sideways, or heaven forbid, should they dip, you got a good 15-20% of retail investors who end up leaving the market, regardless of all the incredible news that we continued to get. It's kind of like being invested in Apple or like some mega huge company and hearing that they released the phone and it didn't do that well and being like, well, Apple's done. Apple's just never, ever, ever going to make another device that people ever want to. This is kind of how it feels. So many people are literally just fair weather investors, and that's not how you make any kind of money. Basically, he described now, he calls this phase a time of excitement as investors are focused closely on Bitcoin's daily movements. I think that's kind of usually at the focal point of a lot of what's happening within this market, because everyone wants to get there. Yeah, no, I was going to say kind of. No, that's basically exactly what it is. He said this period also presents high volatility and profit as investors push the price to its cycle peak. We are currently at he explains it as well. It's a little confusing, but it's also not. And then it's kind of confusing again. We're currently basically at the point where historically during every other rally, every other cycle, we have seen this extra push up in price, and it happens in multiple phases. Every analyst is saying the exact same thing, and it's literally really riding on the backs of no more crazy tariff, blah, blah, blah. The Fed lowering interest rates and basically beginning to print money again to kind of sustain markets. He said the acceleration phases from 2010 to 2011, 2013 and 2017 reached their tops, the market top of the price, 244 days. So after that happened, it took 244 days. 2013, it took 261 days. And in 2017, it took 280 days for the cycle to reach its top, respectively suggesting a slightly more drawn out phase each cycle. He says that this time will probably be no different, and we are going to basically see once Bitcoin kind of, you know how that thing where people are like, if Bitcoin holds over 82,000, then we're going to whatever. The number for a lot of people right now, and I don't know why, I don't have a chart, I'm not an analyzerist, is basically, I know it's not a word, is basically anywhere from 110 to 120,000. If we break through that and stay above those numbers for a 24-hour period, this basically suggests that the cryptocurrency market is going to see incredible things. But I'll say it this way to kind of finish the point. I find it a little weird that everyone is on the exact same page. I don't know if it's because like it's going to happen right now, or if I really can't figure it out. But it's the oddest thing in the really. We've never had cycles before where we see cryptocurrency analysts being like, no, like this is it. It's right now. Like it's going to happen immediately. Like at this point, I think the most bearish, the most negative that I've seen in the news in the last month has been like autumn. Autumn is when things will pick up, and that this cycle is extended because of the ETF issuers. And basically that this cycle would continue a little bit further into 2026 and then potentially fall a lot lower. But everyone's on the same page. This guy's just basically saying that we're also here right now as well, calling it a dramatic rally. He says dramatic rally incoming. Yeah. I mean, I could talk about this until I'm blue in the face. I personally still think it's very weird. I know I've said this thousands of times, but we should not. Anything less than $200,000 just doesn't make any sense. I wish if I find the video, I'll try and post it on Twitter somewhere. There was an analyst, or rather some guy. The point is, he was talking about everything that's happening, and he's like, I couldn't have imagined years ago that we'd be in this position. He's like, he was talking about the prices that we've gone to and what we've seen. And he's like, but to feel this kind of like feeling from people in the market, hearing everything that we've ever wanted to hear, is not just one bank buying, it's dozens of banks buying. It's not one central bank, it's a dozen central banks. Like when we got the news from the Bank of International Settlements last year about the banks who were holding Bitcoin ETF shares. It's not just people in the White House being like, at some, yeah, maybe in 20 years we'll think about it. They're like, no, like, let's do it right now. If you didn't see one of the proposals, they're talking about selling gold, like the US's gold to buy more Bitcoin. We have dozens of countries who are already using Bitcoin. So this is why I said it's a huge magic trick that they have been able to pull off to like distract people, have people not care while they buy up everything. Yeah, who knows what the future holds? I know it's going to be very bright for crypto, but it's still like it's still a weird moment in history where like all the people who aren't interested, who keep leaving the market or who are just sitting on the sidelines waiting, reality will at some point set in and you'll realize the millions of dollars that you could have made, but you didn't because you were just kind of waiting for something else to happen. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hope you're all doing well. I know news and life can be a lot recently, so hope everyone's doing okay. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.